What's going on, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here with a Minecraft Dungeons video talking about the Creeping Winter DLC, asking the question, is it worth it, and going over all the changes, both free and paid, that you can expect when you decide to jump in or return back to Minecraft Dungeons. Now, the latest DLC actually adds a lot to it for free on the free level, and these are the daily trials. Let me just go ahead and pull up the map here. You can see here daily trials are going to reward rare and unique gear, plus they're going to add in modifiers, and you can complete these daily on each of the different difficulty levels for maximum rewards. And why is this important? Well, you can jump into the blacksmith now, and what the blacksmith does is as you do different requirements, you can see here that I need to complete all the missions on the adventure difficulty to unlock my third slot. But as I level up, as I play the different missions, I can actually upgrade the gear and the weapons that I have for both the emeralds and also time invested in doing these dailies. So I would recommend, especially if you're a returning player or a new player, be sure to take advantage of this. Find a weapon that you like, especially a unique weapon. Be sure to be upgrading it while you play and do the regular missions or your dailies as a part of the mission select. Now you'll notice here on the main map, I have one daily trial here, and then I've got my other daily trial here. I can jump into the aisles, and this is where the paid aspect of it comes into play. I can actually have an additional daily trial, a part of the Jungle Awakens, and even the Creeping Winter. I have my own daily trials there. So if you're trying to maximize out, like obviously your gear acquisition, whether you're going for unique builds, playing around with all the new weapons, bees are in the game now. So there's a lot to like and enjoy. Now, if we just go and look at the town here, you have a gift wrapper, the ability to send items to your other friends and other players. This is really handy. You also have an upgrade to the village merchant. You can see here the village merchant actually has multiple slots in order to kind of buy specific things. Prior to this, everything was kind of this RNG loot, random roll based off of emeralds, which is fine. But now you have basically aspirational content, things to go and find. In this case, with 11 more villagers rescued, I'll have another different slot of things that he will be able to sell me, and I'll get various discounts on other items as well. All of this kind of comes in a real good play when you're talking about that and the blacksmith. Now, coming down here a little bit south, you have the luxury merchant, in which they've got very expensive items for sale, and you can get different items, different ideas of what you can look. You can look at the restock. You can also look at, you can also reserve various items and more. And then finally, you have a mystery merchant. This is kind of like how it used to be, in which you would randomly roll for like maybe a weapon or an artifact. And here you can sit here and kind of target more your random rolls with the mystery merchant. So beyond that, overall, the game has added a new legend, it's added new achievements, it's added a lot with the DLC. If we just go look at kind of our main map, if you see and you look around, you'll start to notice various things, like dungeons with little treasure chests, other little things like with levels with little dungeons attached to them, helping to kind of point you to secret missions and more. So note that everything is overall improving, but what is not here is obviously the lack of crossplay. Now, overall, as I played through the game, as I played through this DLC specifically as it relates to Creeping Winter, I can say unbelievably impressed. I really enjoyed skating on ice. I enjoyed some of the changes that they've made to the mobs. I've also enjoyed the Jungle Awakens content, but what you end up getting with it is you get 2 missions and a secret mission. So when you take in Jungle Awakens and you take in Creeping Winter together, overall you've gotten 6 new levels and a bunch of new artifacts, armor, weapons, and more. So to answer the question, is it worth it? And honestly, I would say it really just kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you've got everybody on the same platform ready to play this game together, well, yeah, it definitely can be worth it. You're going to get your time in for it, especially from the Heroes Edition, bundling these 2 DLCs together. I wouldn't recommend picking up the DLCs apart from one another, because the Hero version, it does include both of them for $30. I have definitely gotten more than 30 hours of playtime. Therefore, I would say it is worth it to me. Me and my daughter, we enjoy playing this game together, but I can tell you hands down right now, until we get crossplay, until that is brought into this game, you're going to find it difficult, especially if you don't have a tight-knit group to play with. Having crossplay, being able to play this game across all the platforms it's on, is going to take that $30 and it's going to make it like 10 times worth it. It's going to be something that I could see there's going to be a lot of playtime and investment in it, not only for myself as a content creator and a gamer, but for me and my family as well, to be able to have my daughter on the Switch, me on like an Xbox, my wife maybe on another Switch. Like there's all kinds of ways to kind of sit back and play this game as a family, either on the same screen, but even online. Like that's where I think the value is going to be massively brought into this game. The other side of it is that while I think the game is lacking in terms of a real end game progression system, unlimited levels, going after gear with crazy builds, especially on the adventure level, there's a lot here to kind of appreciate, there's a lot here to kind of go after. But all of that being said, it still has the makings. I would say I am very pleased and I'm very excited for the future of Minecraft Dungeons. Its reception, its overall gameplay, mechanics, it's got such a solid foundation that I am really excited to see what comes next. And that is ultimately the biggest question that the devs have to answer at this point. It was announced with the 2 DLCs that are now out. And now we have to ultimately sit back, kick back, wait for more, wait for some kind of roadmap as it relates to what are we doing. I think the blacksmith is a massive addition to this game, being able to find awesome, like unique weapons and then put time and effort into them, bringing them up to a higher power level. Obviously, there's going to be some questions. There's going to be some guides. There's going to be some things that we're going to have to figure out, in terms of efficiency, how to balance this all out. And the question always comes down into the concept of dailies, kind of getting you in, feeding you gear. I think that's a positive thing, but it still feels like it's missing something major to really kind of have that full-on hook to make this a game that is really just worth, like, obviously investing tons and tons of hours in. Now, obviously, I already have. I'm looking forward to putting in more time with the game, and I'd love to play it a little bit more, but it still needs, I think, that one thing, the one and only thing that I really am looking for before I start being more critical over the game. And that is essentially crossplay. They get that in, and then essentially it's like, hey, it would be cool if they added this or they did this. The dailies with the modifiers are huge. Hopefully we'll start to see more content and more game modes introduced over the course of the next year. But those are my thoughts, and I hopefully have answered your questions, shown you a couple of things that the game has offering now, both paid and free. And all in all, you know what? If you got questions, let me know in the comments below. For Ginger Prime, my name's Brian. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Hopefully you've had a fantastic day. And the sound that my phone just made tells me it's time to get back to work. So I'm going to leave it be. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back for more news, guides, opinions, who knows what else we'll be posting here on the daily. But anyway, like I said, thank you very much. Take care, and I'll hope to see you in my next video. But until then, again, take care. All right, love you guys. Bye. This video is sponsored by me, Ginger Prime. Hopefully you'll check out my podcast channel, Ginger Gaming Radio, which we have lots of guests, lots of great conversations, and even more highlights. Links are in the description below. Let me know what you think. Thanks.